Hello there, YouTube. Pittsburgh Sean is back, and I'm going to make a video as promised. Golden shirt for a golden day. It's actually an old Pittsburgh shirt, so what can I say? It's a little cold out there, but at the same time, it's actually a rare sunny day here, so that's actually very nice indeed. Now, I wanted to make a rant video on how this country is going to the dumpers, but I promised my Facebook friends that I would not do any more of those rants. So therefore, I'm going to do a video on the Penguins and the Pittsburgh Pens, or the Pens as we call them here in Pittsburgh. I think overall, so far this year they've done very well for themselves, and I must say, I want to specifically talk about the last couple of comebacks that happened the past week or so. And I think any time that you can beat Philly is a good night, okay, here in Pittsburgh. That's the the honest truth. Any night you can beat Philly is a very good night. Like, it would probably be a very good night for Philly if they always beat us. But I mean, they had a 4-1 lead after a period of play, and then the Pittsburgh Penguins in the next two periods got on a scoring rampage and started to and ended up beating them 5-4. I think it's good that the Pens are coming back like they have been. I haven't been watching much hockey out there, but I did happen to catch that game, and I thought that was a pretty remarkable comeback. I was pretty, I don't know, I didn't feel good after the first period watching that game, because it looked like this was going to be a loss, obviously, but because they just looked out of it, they just didn't. I mean, there was the stuff not clicking, and Philly was dominating them, but then they audibled up, and then they ended up getting back on track and ended up getting back on their skates, and they ended up pushing them back on roller skates, and ended up winning big time. Well, not big time, but 5-4. But definitely, that was a huge game, and I always love seeing a division foe go down, and the way they went down was kind of funny too. I think everyone in Pittsburgh liked that comeback a hell of a lot. I can tell you from my Facebook feed, just all the Pittsburgh Pens fans out there just really happy that they were able to do it and were able to pull that out. So that was definitely a good victory for them. And then they had the game against Boston earlier this week, where they were down. I forget what the score was exactly. I think it was 2-0 going in the third period. There was actually 5 minutes to go in the third period, but then the Pens scored 3 unanswered goals in the last 5 minutes of the game and won. So I mean, in a way, that is what good teams do, and I really honestly believe that. I think good teams like the Pens can do that and can come back from these deficits and win games. Now, at the same time, they're going to be playing against some stiff competition in the playoffs, and obviously, at the same point, they can't keep doing that in the playoffs like they've been doing, where you just come back and hope that you can come back after getting down early. You've got to get up early in some games and feel the momentum through and keep the momentum going. It's a 60-minute game, 3 periods of 60 minutes, and you've got to be able to keep your intensity up, and good teams are going to have to do that. But overall, I mean, good teams also know how to come back, because let's face it, there will be a game or two in the playoffs that will force you to have to come back. There usually is, but you got to be able to try to at least keep your intensity there through the entire game and get it done in the fashion that the Pittsburgh Penguins are doing. So this is actually very good that they are able to come back. They are looking good. so far, and obviously I think they're, if the postseason were to start today so far, the Pens would have the second seed in the playoffs. I think that is very important, and obviously you want to be up in the top ranks of the seeds, because obviously in the playoffs, it seems like these days, it seems like home teams always have the advantage in the playoffs because of the fans. The fans here in Pittsburgh are incredible, and therefore they got to make it work. Obviously, and so far, even without Malkin, we've been playing very well, because Malkin had concussion-like symptoms and actually did suffer a concussion, I think, back a couple of weeks ago. But we've been playing well for the most part, although at the same time, penalty killing and power plays still are a problem for the Pens. They've been for a while. I mean, I don't know what you do about it. I don't know exactly all of the schemes that are in hockey, because, like I said, just started paying attention the past couple of years. But at the same time, something's going to have to give there. That is obviously big too in playoff games. If you get on the power play, or if you have to kill penalties, you have to be able to do it, because that usually is where games are won or lost, and the Pens have got to do a little bit better of a job doing that. And also defense has got to do a little bit better. The goalies haven't been great for the most part, although Fleury, as usual, there are days when the fans either really beat up on him or don't beat up on him, but that has to step up. Defense in general has to step up, and then obviously the power play and the penalty killing has got to step up. But for the most part, the fact that they're resilient, and the fact that the offense can score at any time, and the fact that you have Sid, I mean, that just tells you that the Pens can win anytime, and they are a force to be reckoned with, and especially with the second seed like they got right now, with however many points. I think they have up to around 36 or so points the last time I checked. I didn't check after the Boston win, but after the Philly win, they had 36 points and were the second seed, and had the second highest total in the Eastern Conference. So I think it's all very important, and the Pens are obviously starting the year out very well, and hopefully they continue to do it. Now, like I said, I will continue to watch games and hopefully get more educated, because like I said, this isn't the best video I've done on sports, because I don't know. I'm still trying to learn the ins and outs of hockey. I mean, I just watch hockey in the playoffs, but never paid attention to the rules or to schemes and stuff. I just watched them go on their skates and smash each other in the mouth, and just what I feel what good hockey is about, and that's what they're doing. And like I said, it's very good, and got to give the Pens credit right now. They're just riding high right now, and got to give them credit. And I think Pitt basketball, we'll see how far they go. Big East tournament's going on, but we'll see how far they go in the NCAA tournament. Probably not past the first few rounds, but obviously I'm for them as well. Hopefully they do well. Yeah, I think for now, I think that's pretty much it. Just thought I'd do the video as promised. This isn't the best one, but as we get down the line this season, I'll make my hockey videos much better than what they've been. But if you have any comments about it, let me know, and then we'll go from there. Until then, have a good one, everyone.